Rebuilding rarely looks dramatic. It does not always begin with opportunity. It does not announce itself with clarity. It does not arrive with applause. Sometimes, rebuilding begins with confusion, with stillness, with a strange feeling that something inside you is shifting, even if nothing outside has changed yet. Many people mistake this season for loss, but wisdom recognizes something quieter. Life does not always destroy before it rebuilds. Sometimes it simply rearranges you from within. This reflection explores 7 signs life is rebuilding you in silence. Listen slowly. Rebuilding is subtle. This is Wisdom Bank. Sign 1. What once excited you no longer does. There comes a moment when familiar pleasures feel empty. Things that once felt meaningful now feel repetitive. Conversations feel shallow. Goals feel incomplete. At first, this feels like dissatisfaction, like something is wrong. But sometimes it is not dissatisfaction. It is evolution. Life removes excitement from what no longer aligns, not to punish you, but to redirect you. When the old no longer satisfies, it creates space for something deeper. Rebuilding often begins with disinterest. Sign 2. You feel disconnected before you feel clear. Clarity does not arrive immediately. Before understanding comes distance. You may feel detached from your routine, from certain relationships, from your own previous identity. This disconnection feels uncomfortable. It feels like floating without anchor. But rebuilding requires detachment from outdated versions of yourself. Confusion is not failure. It is transition. Life removes certainty before it introduces alignment. Sign 3. Relationships begin to shift naturally. Rebuilding changes your internal frequency. As you shift, some relationships adjust. Others fade. Not through conflict, not through betrayal, but through quiet misalignment. You begin to desire different conversations, different environments, different energy. Life does not force endings loudly. Sometimes it simply allows distance to grow naturally. Rebuilding redefines connection. Sign 4. You crave solitude more than noise. There are seasons when noise becomes exhausting. You no longer seek constant distraction. You begin to appreciate stillness. Solitude feels restorative instead of lonely. This is not isolation. It is recalibration. Life rebuilds in silence because noise interrupts reflection. When you crave quiet, it often means your inner voice is becoming clearer. Sign 5. Your reactions become slower and softer. Things that once triggered immediate reaction no longer hold the same power. You pause before responding. You observe before speaking. This is not weakness. It is refinement. Rebuilding strengthens emotional regulation. Life reshapes you internally before it upgrades your external circumstances. Slower reactions are signs of deeper awareness. Sign 6. You question your identity more deeply. Rebuilding involves identity shifts. You begin to ask, who am I without old roles? Without external validation? Without previous expectations? This questioning feels unsettling, but it is necessary. Life cannot build something new on a foundation you never examined. Doubt in identity is not instability. It is reconstruction. Sign 7. You feel lost, but not hopeless. This may be the clearest sign. You do not fully understand where you are going, but you sense that staying the same is no longer possible. There is uncertainty, but there is also quiet faith. Rebuilding often feels like wandering in fog. You cannot see far ahead, but you continue walking. Hopelessness says stop. Rebuilding says continue, even slowly. Life does not always rebuild you publicly. There are no announcements, no visible milestones, just internal adjustments. Preferences change, reactions soften, silence deepens, and one day, without realizing exactly when it happened, you respond differently. You choose differently. You are different. Rebuilding was happening the entire time. If this reflection resonated, it may be because life is quietly working within you now. This is Wisdom Bank, where silent transformations are understood, not rushed.